it's time to jump into 338 Spectre. I've had this barrel from Southern Ballistics Research for about a year now. I think it was early summer last year when I got it. And I've shot quite a few rounds through it. I've filmed a lot of it, but I never actually got around to compiling the video and uploading anything for it. So even though it shot jacketed bullets really well, I wasn't entirely happy with it because these big NOE 315 grain bullets. So because of that bore wire design, the nose of the bullet engages the rifling, the bolt won't close very easily. So I bought a nose sizer bushing from NOE, and I was sizing the nose of these bullets down by about 4 thousandths or so. And that was working, but occasionally it would scrape the powder coating off because the edge of those bushings is pretty sharp because you have to get the sizing down pretty far. So you can radius them a little bit and polish them, but every once in a while that was still happening, so I wasn't too happy about it. And recently, out of the blue, on the Form 1 suppressor forums, somebody posted about a group buy. They were producing a few 10.5-inch 338 Spectre barrels machined by Paladin Machine Services, who is actually fairly local to me. And I've heard about his work by many users over on the 458 SOCOM forums, AR15.com, you know. So I was very excited to see the quality of his work, and so when I got involved in this, the first thing I did was ask him if he could throat these barrels to accept this cast bullet with this really long nose on it. I got him some dummy cartridges, and he was able to throat them to accept them. I did make a suppressor for this already. I have been shooting it. I have footage of it. I've been slacking. What else can I say? So before I assemble this upper, I'm going to slug the barrel and find out how large I need to size these cast bullets to make sure they seal up the bore really well. After that, I'm going to load up some ammo, I'm going to send them over the chronograph and see what kind of results we get. Starting off with some factory rounds from Southern Ballistics Research, 180 grain Nosler AccuBonds. Not bad. This is my 38 caliber suppressor. I didn't want to name it 9mm because it is beefy enough that it could handle 357s, but its main purpose is for this rifle. So we're going to see if we have a point of impact shift. This can is double clipped, so theory says I shouldn't have any issues with that. Not too sure what happened. I'm going to shoot one or two more because I know for a fact 2 of those didn't go in the same hole. Aiming up and to the right. See that one? Alright, next we'll shoot some 225 grain jacketed soft points. This time I'm going to aim directly above the bullseye. Next up is the Spear 200 grain hot core bullet. I thought it was bouncing around on me. Oh well. We're on our last charge now. I could see the dot kind of vibrating a little bit, and I thought something was up. Well, for the first outing with the new barrel, I'm really pleased with how it performed. It's certainly a lot more accurate than I ever will be, and it chambered these big 315 grain cast bullets no problem. So I'm going to start with the 180 grain AccuBond, 16.8 grains of 296, had a average velocity of 1592, a low of 1560, a high of 1622. That's a pretty big spread. Okay, now let's take a look at 17 grains of 296, an average of 1565 feet per second. So yeah, that first one, that first charge had a round that went 1622, and these were 1542, 1566, and 1588. So that seems a little more reasonable. Nothing to be concerned about. There's no swipes on this one. Right. Now we'll look at 17.2 grains with an average of 1637. Primers are a little flat, not bad. Not seeing anything of concern. See, I've done some testing with these before, and I've gone up a few tenths of a grain higher than this. Should have been closer to my target velocity of 1,750 feet per second. Alright. I'll have a part 2 with this bullet. Once it gets really hot, I'll run these, and I'll run another batch of 17.2, 17.4, 17.6, something like that. The 200 grain spear, 15.3 grains. Actually, we'll go ahead and do both of them. Everything looks really good on all these rounds. Primers are awesome. Nothing to be concerned about. 15.3 grains, 1367 average. And 15.5 grains was 1400 average. Looking at the velocities for the NOE 315 bullet. This big cast bullet right here. Look at this thing. 8.4 grains was 958 with a spread of 20. I might have to bump this up a little bit, get it closer to 1,000 feet per second, 1,050, somewhere in there, and things should start coming in a little bit better on that. So yeah, all in all, I'm pretty excited about this new barrel. I've been wanting to get work done by Paladin Machine Services for quite a long time, and I was glad I took this opportunity, and hope everybody else that got in on the group buy has the same results that I do. I'm really happy with it, and well, I'll see you on the next one when I get to shoot some more of these. Take care, y'all.